Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here. Now, what I wanted to talk about was recording your digital piano onto your computer because one of the most popular questions or comments or private messages that I get is of the following format. Now, let's say I'm playing the Kawai MP11 or a Casio Privia or a Kurzweil Forte or a Nord Stage 2 or a Chord Kronos. It doesn't matter what I'm playing. I still get the same kind of message or question from people. Hey, I also have that same instrument, but mine doesn't sound nearly as good as yours when I record it. What kind of speakers are you using? And what kind of mics? Boy, I got to get me a pair of those speakers. Well, it what it boils down to is the speakers I'm using, or studio monitors that I'm using here, only serve one purpose, and that's for me to hear what I'm playing. I don't even need to hear what I'm playing because what I play will be recorded and I know what it sounds like in my mind. But what I'm hearing here and what you're hearing on your system are two different things altogether. What I'm hearing here has nothing to do with what you're hearing. I don't use microphones except to record my voice. I don't use it to record the piano. No, instead, I use the most efficient method. Now, most stage pianos, all stage pianos like this, have a pair of line outputs. That's what I'm using to get the signal from here into the computer. But between here and the computer lies what's called an audio interface. Now, the cheapest kind of audio interface is the built-in sound card that comes with your computer. And if you're using a laptop computer, the sound card that's built into there is about as cheap as you can get. The quality is horrible. And basically, if you're going to record with your computer, basically you're going to take this adapter cable, which has a pair of left and right 1/4-inch jacks that you hook into the left and right line outs, and at the other end it converts it over to a 1/8-inch stereo mini plug that goes into the line input of your sound card on that laptop computer or even your tower or desktop or whatever. And the quality is going to be horrible, but it's still a little bit better than using microphones to record the speakers that you're hearing the sound from in your room. So, we're going to talk a little bit about audio interfaces. Now, I just mentioned that the sound card is about the cheapest audio interface that there is possible. It's usually built into your computer. Much better is an external sound card. Now, a bunch of manufacturers make sound cards. You've got PreSonus, you got Focusrite, you've got Motu or Mark of the Unicorn. Pro Tools makes some. Everybody makes audio interfaces. The audio interface I happen to use is made by a company called Zoom. And the model I'm using is a Zoom R24. We'll get into more of that later on in some other videos, but for right now, the Zoom R24 is what I'm using, which happens to serve multiple functions, but we'll get into that also in another video. But for now, know that I'm using that as my audio interface. I have up to 8 simultaneous sound sources that I can record from. So right now, 2 of those are being used up by this Kawai MP11 because you have a left and a right audio out. That left and right audio out is being fed into the left and right audio in of my audio interface, or my Zoom R24. I have 8 separate inputs that I can use. Right now I'm using 2 of them from the Kawai MP11, the left and right. The microphone that you're hearing me talk to you on is another sound source that's plugging into that audio interface. Now, yes, I can take this cable and plug it in directly into the audio interface here, and that takes up one channel right there. It's a mono mic channel. But instead, I have this hooked up to another device. In this case, it's a TC Helicon Voice Live Touch. And the output of that is line level, and it's a left and a right, and that's being fed into inputs 3 and 4, left and right of my audio interface. Now, I'll get into another video at another time as to why I'm going that method as opposed to plugging this in directly to my audio interface. Now, if you go over here and look at my DAW, and a DAW is an acronym, DAW, for Digital Audio Workstation. Sequencer is another word that they use to describe this, or audio recorder. But basically, if we look over here, you can see, you look at the mixer over here, and you look at these two tracks that are active, and you'll see this one moving around with every sound that I speak out of my voice because it's recording my voice. Same over here. So that's tracks 3 and 4. 3 and 4 over here for left and right audio, and it's labeled as such mic. Over here, tracks 1 and 2, which is a stereo pair for the first stereo pair. It's a MP11 Concert Grand. That's this, the Kawai MP11 Concert Grand. So when I play, you can see movement over here and over here to show you that I'm recording that. As well as the microphone, which is being recorded on tracks 3 and 4. Well, if track 1 is a stereo track of left and right, Kawai MP11 digital piano. Track 2 is a stereo track, which consists of left and right for microphone. And again, we'll get into that left and right for one microphone in another video. But for now, just know that we're using an audio interface which enables us to get things like microphones and digital pianos or Korg wave drums or whatever into your computer. And with the Zoom R24, I can get as many as 8 sound sources at once into the computer at once. So here you're seeing again 4 of those sound sources. Left and right for the Kawai MP11, left and right for the mic. Alright? So that's 4 right there. I can do 4 more. So I can plug in a guitar, that's another one. I can have a bunch of mics on a drum kit, that will give me a few more inputs and so on and so forth. But basically, the bottom line is the quality of your recording is going to be only as good as the audio interface between what you're recording and the computer. And again, if you look over here, you'll see, again, as I talk, you'll see this and this moving with each word that I say. And when I play, you'll see that it's a direct line input over here for tracks 1 and 2, or channel 1, 2. But you also see the mic moving here because it's picking up on the studio monitors here. So if I turn off the mic, turn it back on. Alright, so basically, in a good studio, when you play back an instrument recorded and you also are talking at the same time like I'm doing right now, you basically block out what's recorded on the mic so you don't hear this instrument being recorded through the audio interface as well as through the microphone. Otherwise, it's going to sound awful. So anyway, that's it about audio interfaces right now. And again, we're going to get into that in some other videos in the future. Right now, you'll notice that since NAMM, it's been a while since I've recorded a video. It's unlike me. Got a lot of stuff going on right now with the business and personal and all that stuff. So I won't be making too many videos, or at least not on the frequency that I would like to. But there will be more coming. But in the meantime, I also have another stage piano coming into the office that I need to review. And we will talk about audio interfaces. But basically, the purpose of this video is to let you know that the quality of my recordings, or any good recordings, is limited by the audio interface between what you're recording and your computer. It has nothing to do with what you're hearing in the studio. So I hope I haven't confused people with this. Anyway, we'll get into more of this, and we'll get into more of audio interfaces and recording in the future. Piano Man Chuck, peace out. Thanks for watching.